Mhm. We're just talking about this little schematic about would my decision be legal? Now, for all of those that are oaths, badges, attorneys, and mandatory reporters, yes. And that means every attorney of the United States. Mhm. Was your decision legal to allow for any law enforcement to refuse to enforce the laws of the United States? Would your decision be legal to allow for any court to issue any court order where neither party wanted it and the minor's name didn't want it? Would your decision be legal as an attorney? Yes. To allow for any elected or appointed oath of office to not do what they had sworn. Now, these oaths that you, well, I'm sorry, attorneys. Ooch. What does your actual oath? It says that you would support the laws of the state of Washington, the Constitution of the state of Washington, and the United States Constitution. Now, I can get the attorney oaths of every stock exchange. I can get their oaths of admission, where if they were to practice law in the Supreme Court of any state of the United States, they not only swore that they would support, they said they'd support and defend. Now there's the defense. One of those good jobs with the stock market where you said, we could have knowledge of not defending the Constitution and not being legally liable for not doing that. You said that you did not have to actually contact law enforcement. I say you do. Approach. Now it's always going to involve the jury, isn't it? Let's say a jury of my peers. There's approximately 12 individuals that are randomly selected from the population. And I called to the stand an attorney for the New York Stock Exchange. Do you have knowledge of any court issuing a court order where neither party wanted it and the minor's name didn't? Do you have any knowledge? Well, how many of the court orders issued on behalf of the New York Stock Exchange did not require a signature? I would think that a jury would be very surprised that any attorney in this nation would allow for any court, yes, to issue any order where neither the petitioner signed it, the respondent didn't get notice of the court hearings, yes. And then there's the use of the forgeries of the ex officio superior court clerk, yes. Now these court orders that the New York Stock Exchange wants, yes, where they petition the court, yes, or maybe they're the plaintiff, depending on exactly what the issue is, yes. Are there clerks of the court in federal courts of the United States? There are, aren't there? How many of them can use a forgery to issue a court order? Now, this contractual obligation on the part of those that are attorneys, yes, that their knowledge of any crime, right, of any court issuing any court order where neither party wanted it, which I didn't want it as a respondent, even though you didn't give me notice of court hearing. The petitioner didn't want it because she didn't sign for it.